Are you experiencing symptoms of grief, but nobody died? Or maybe someone that you cared about died many years ago and it didn't really have an impact on you at the time, but now you're feeling intense feelings about it. Or maybe you've had a loss that society doesn't necessarily even acknowledge, and you're finding it hard to find the source of your pain. I'm Cheryl Parker, and I'm the founder of My Good Grief. And I work with professional, successful women just like you who have lost a spouse. And I give you a place to land with all those messy emotions. And I help you get clear about what's important to you right now. And I help you create a plan so that you can rebuild, still focus at work while you learn to live again. And as somebody who has experienced divorce, 3 miscarriages, a brain injury, loss of financial security, and many other losses, I know that this is the biggest lesson that I learned through my grief journey, was that grief is not just associated with death. And a death can stir up all kinds of other losses in our life that we didn't even necessarily associate with grief. Some other examples of losses are, loss of mobility, loss of health, a pet loss, losing your job, loss of security after a robbery, loss of trust after an attack, any sorts of losses that you experience in your life. I mean, even when you're an empty nester, or retirement, or loss of a friendship, loss of your license, any of those can drive up grief symptoms. And I'd like to give you an exercise that I give my clients when I'm working with them to help you identify the source of your pain. So if you get a piece of paper out and write down all your losses, and if you encompass all those other losses that aren't necessarily associated with death, I think you'll find that we are experiencing a lot more loss than we even realize. And then what I want you to do is categorize them from 1 to 4. Now, when I'm working with my grief clients, I get them to go back to the earliest memory of loss in their life, which was probably when they were a child. And commonly it's a pet or a grandparent that dies, but who knows what it is for you. But just for the sake of this short exercise, you can go back just even a couple of years or 5 years and identify all the losses that you've experienced. So then, like I say, categorize them from 1 to 4. So number 1 is, it feels like it happened yesterday and it's very painful. 2, it means that you still have pain, but it's subsided quite a bit. 3 is, it just hurts when I think about it, and I don't think about it. It doesn't come up on my mind very often. And number 4 is, even when I think about it, it doesn't really bring me any pain. So if you can sit with yourself and just get honest about how you're feeling about all those losses, it can help you identify the source of your pain. And it's really important to identify that so that you can address the pain by using some of the strategies that I've shared in other videos. So I'd love to hear from you. When you do this exercise, share in the comments below. Let me know what came up for you. What did you notice? And let's rediscover the beauty of life together.